It's your boy Concert Viz 34. Just came back from a very above above seasonal temperature jog here in Connecticut, starting to heat up here. And I wanted to give a recap of June, the first half of June, really. But I'll be focusing more on this last week of shows for the Dave Matthews Band. Thank you again, everyone who's liked, commented, subscribed here as well to support my page. Thank you to everyone who, even the deadheads who have seen some of my stuff recently as well, that have decided to like the page here. But I want to talk about the Dave Matthews Band and this first part of June. One of the themes that we still see from people that complain is it's the stand up tour. And I will reiterate, just like I did in some previous videos, that there's only 3 songs from stand up being played at most. So the most stand up you're going to get from DMB is going to be 3 songs, which isn't that bad. I would prefer not to hear Steady As We Go. I mean, again, it's a sweet song, and it's nice for a wedding, but I don't really want it in the sets that I go to see coming up when I hit up Hartford and Mansfield, and maybe Spack night too. We'll see. So that's just how I feel. But the other songs, I'd rather hear stand-up songs from DMB than Mercy. Yes, Mr. Keto, I am going to Hartford on the 23rd. Are you going to be there? Because I will be there. I still don't have a ticket yet, but I'm copping a ticket here, single. I'm just waiting for the tickets to see where they're going to fall midweek before I make a purchase. I'll be at Mansfield too, and working out some stuff for SPAC here to get tonight too. But I'd rather hear stand up than another Mercy. Mercy was played to death the last couple of tours. I know there was a lot of stuff going on in the world that was very sad, but still, Mercy to me does not need to be played. And same thing with a lot of Away From the World. Belly Belly Nice, I really don't need it. I'd rather hear some Bayou, and I'd rather hear some Smooth Rider, even though those aren't favorites of many people. I'd rather hear Dream Girl, which I heard with DMB play, or excuse me, Dave and Tim played that last year at SPAC. And I'd rather hear that stuff than the Away From the World in the overplaying of Big Whiskey. We don't need to hear 7. If you don't follow my Twitter, at ConcertViz34, you saw a picture of Kim Jong-un, is it? Yeah, Kim Jong-un, and he's holding a guitar, and that one I referenced Rush, but for that photo, they Photoshop a guitar in Kim Jong-un's hand, and I was like, when I made a comment on a fan page when they when Tim tries to play Shake Me Like a Monkey as the closer, I just want to snatch that guitar away. So I'd rather not hear some of the stuff from Big Whiskey and Away From the World. Let me tell you what I do want to hear from Big Whiskey. Lying in the Hands of God. I've said it in other videos. One thing I want to point out about Lying in the Hands of God, now that I've been able to hear some better quality versions of it, and it was on the stream here yesterday, even though there were some hiccups with that, I like Buddy Strong on that. Buddy Strong does his thing on Lying in the Hands of God, and I cannot wait to hear it. Fans were sick of it again when Big Whiskey first came out, and they were playing it very often those first couple of tours. But I love the song, and again, as I've reiterated, I love how the horns sound in that song. I feel like you can get a Snarky Puppy or Bella Fleck and the Flecktones like Jeff and Rashawn can be more of his jazzy self on the song. To me, it's the most unique song off of Big Whiskey because it's kind of creepy, but it's in a good way, as you have Leroy's parts on the recording. And then again, it's different. Everything else on Big Whiskey is more rock based or more radio based, like You and Me, where this song has a little bit of a rock feel, but it's more jazzy. So I want to hear that. One thing that I also want to point out, and this is more just on the forums and the DMB family on Facebook pages, is I think that if you enjoy a show, this is a big problem with society too. If you enjoy a show, don't worry about who's complaining about it. And with social media and the way the world is, I'm only 27, but I picked up on this, and I think everyone knows it. The problem is people are so worried about what other people think, and they're so worried about how other people feel at a show that they forget to enjoy the show for themselves. So if you like a show like Camden Night One, which got polarizing opinions on both sides of the DMV political aisle, then you had fun. If you didn't like it, you have the right to express your opinion. And I see people that are like, oh man, I'd listen to any DMB song. I'm so thankful for every song. I don't know how long they'll last. And, that's true. And I've been on this page talking about Linkin Park and, as far as Chester Bennington and his passing, Chris Cornell and his passing recently. But at the same time, like, just relax. If you love everything, you love DMB playing the phone book, enjoy it and just enjoy it. Don't complain about the complaining, because you know what? Then you give light to the people that you're kind of opposed to. And at the same time, there are people that are going to be mad at a Camden Night One, where some people argue, some people, it's debatable, they didn't like Camden Night One. And I'm looking at the set list right now because, and I'll agree with them in this sense, Camden Night One, there's not really a song that is in the middle of that set that's like, yo, that's dope. Now, Come On, the song debut is the highlight of the middle of the set to me, because you hear this song come to life. And I thought it was great from the versions I've heard. I was not there. But the middle of Camden Night One, you have Samurai Cop. Okay, we heard a lot. Recently is dope, but it's been played recently. We got 6 plays this year. Then we have Come On. Then you have Jane, which every time Jane comes on, I could skip it. Then we have Jimmy Thing, which is rare this summer, but it's been overplayed forever. But that's Dave's song. That's his joint. He's gonna play it. Then we have Satellite. Again, Satellite Live. Nah, I can skip it. Funny the Way It Is. Nah, I can skip it. Then we have She, another new song, which is cool. But again, we're waiting for some like special, like a Lie in Our Graves. We're waiting for something big. So I can see why if you went to that show, you're a little disappointed. Then you have Gravedigger. Yeah, so much to say. Yeah, Tripping Billies. It's good it's good when it's paired with other stuff, but Tripping Billies by itself, you still want something there. You and Me, you might die trying. Great sounds, great energy, but still, there was nothing like, if there was a song that just, and I'm trying to think of even a song that would be played that would go there, that'd be perfect. And even just like, and this is just looking at night 2 of Camden, even if you had a 41 in there, I know it's a staple song, but having a 41 Night One would have been dope. A Lie in Our Graves, the 10 spot for night 2, it would have been cool to have that. A Say Goodbye, a Raven. Now it's night 1, but at the same time, it would have been nice to have something special there that would have really made a difference. And let me go back to, let's go to Guilford Night 1, and even we look in the middle of that set, we have a 41. We have, I guess it is kind of cookie cutter here too, but we have a Lying in the Hands of God. It's something that's just deep and dark that you have before you get to the song closer. So I think that's something that I would have been disappointed about, and you can't knock someone for not liking Camden Night One. Now on the flip side, let's just flip it around. While you can't be mad that people are disappointed, when you go to a night 1 outside of Saratoga Springs, and even those shows for night 1 can be hit or miss, you're not going to get the top of the notch stuff. That's for night 2. So if you go to night 1, it's a warning. You're almost going to get a recap of a recent show like Camden Night 1 did. They got a lot of repeats. I think there were 7 repeats. So, I mean, that's expected. So if you go to night 1, be ready, okay? Be ready for something, for a recap. Even if you just go to one night of the Gorge, you go to Gorge Night 1, you're going to have a recap of some of the most heavily played songs on night 1. You're not going to have the best of the best. You got to wait till Saturday or Sunday. So it's a two-way street, and I can see both arguments there. Now, I want to highlight what I think is the MVP two-night stand of this little shindig of two-night stands we've had. We've had Guilford and we've had Camden. And Bank of New Hampshire Pavilion in Guilford, I still have not got out there. I said this last year I was going to try to get out there. It didn't work out because I got vacation time for stuff later in the summer, so I couldn't take off midweek here, find someone to go midweek. And I only wanted to go to 3 shows this year for the summer tour. So that's my little personal story. But what's there was some great sets here. I mean, you have a Bob Law or Again and Again tour debut. You have a So Right. I know some people either love it or they hate it. You have a 41. This is All Night One. Can't Stop. And then you have a Lying in the Hands of God, a Save Me, which is nice to get and get a little bit more of a bluesy sound there. And then night two, you have Clay Cook on the Lie in Our Graves tour debut. Yay! We got Lie in Our Graves without Boyd. And Clay Cook, he's been with my boy John Mayer. He pulled up with Mayer, and they was killing the ATL back in the day. And then he pulled up with Zach Brown and started making that Zach Brown band guap. And he also was in Boston area. So I think he probably just hit up New Hampshire on the 13th and then went right down to Fenway for the Zach Brown band shows. Happy Father's Day. I know Clay Cook, I believe, just recently a father or had a father. I saw something somewhere a couple months ago where I think it was him and a kid. So shout out to Clay Cook. You know, he's definitely played with a couple different bands that I mess with. So Lie in Our Graves tour debut, amazing to have Clay Cook there. You have a You Never Know. You have, what else? A Typical. You have an Ants. You have a Trippin' Billies. You have a Gray Street, which, you know, it's the new Gray Street, but still, I mean, it's still a great song. You have a Warehouse. You have a Nancy's before that. Now, of course, they have Shake Me Like a Monkey, you know, but, you know, it is what it is. I'll take a Shake Me Like a Monkey if I have a Nancy's, a Warehouse, a Lie in Our Graves, and You Never Know, An Idea of You, a Typical, and Ants Marching, all in the same show. So, I mean, this is the spot, folks. This is where you want to go because it's even more intimate, I think, just looking at the photos than Saratoga Springs is, if not around the same thing. But it's not the tickets are more affordable. Midweek that they try to go through there was bike weeks, so hotels were up, people were saying in the forums. But this is your sleeper pick. If you're trying to go somewhere, New England is beautiful in the summertime, especially just for a couple of days. Hit up this 2 night stand if DMB's touring next year and they do a 2 night stand because this is the gem of the tour. They've had some say goodbyes and some other gems over the last 3 tours that they've had here. And again, it's great. And they even on up to Bangor, Maine, and those shows were kind of whack or mediocre. Guilford, New Hampshire, I'm telling you folks, wherever you live, you're looking for a destination show for DMB that's affordable, hit up this 2 night stand. Wait, if you live closer, wait because there was tons of tickets being handed out by people on the boards, on the cash or trades, on the StubHubs because it was a midweek show and it's a lot to get up there. But once you get up there, get a hotel. It's beautiful. You're with Mother Nature and you're intimate with this band. You're gonna be more intimate than any other show almost of the tour. I will be having 2 shows this weekend, so I will be having some video hopefully before I pull up to Mansfield. Just give my opinion. Maybe try to get a video in of my reaction to Mansfield, then do a reaction to Hartford. If you are going to those shows as well and you need a ticket, things change, but basically they say the same. Forget about the reasons, the season, blah, blah, blah. That's Seek Up lyrics. But I do have a ticket that I'm trying to get rid of. It's a warehouse ticket. It is on StubHub because I prefer to go through a vendor where I know I'm going to get paid. And once I ship it, you can't tell me, oh, it's just ticket, blah, blah, blah. Like once I ship it, it's there and you get it. But I do have a warehouse ticket for Xfinity Theater. It's in the open air section 11. There's no obstructed view. It's row F. It's a single ticket. What I'll say is, look, the open air is open air. It's not as close as the pavilion. But if you're trying to get out of the lawn, if you want a reserved seat and you want to be able to see the band slightly better than the lawn, which can be hit or miss, depending on when you get your spot scoped out. If you need a ticket to Mansfield, I have an open air 11 row F. It's on StubHub. Message me, hit me up on this thing. I can lower it even more, figure out something. But it is section 11, open air 11, row F, a single ticket. Get you off the lawn. You can enjoy having an actual seat and being able to see the stage without having to worry about drunk people on the lawn in Mansfield. I'm trying to, my boy is made some change of plans. His girl can't go, so I'm going to pull up with him with the other seats. But again, section 11, row F, warehouse ticket. It's a warehouse ticket, folks. So if you like those special little designs, they got I think is it elephant this year? Yes, elephant this year. That's all I got for today. Thank you guys for watching. Definitely like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy ConcertViz34. I'm out.